sells.
Sex sells.
Mm-hmm. Do this.
And I'm going to be racing with my girlfriend.
Erika Kirk was having an affair, which is why Charlie Cook took her out of the will. So allegedly, the story is that Erika Kirk was having an affair. Charlie hired a private investigator to kind of follow her and see what was going on.
And as a part of her Shabbat Shalom PR blitz, she conducted her very first interview from Charlie's home office. And yet, curiously, that wedding photo is missing.
It finally happened. After months of whispers, cryptic posts, and suspicious disappearances, the truth exploded out of nowhere. And it's uglier, darker, and more humiliating than anything Charlie Kirk ever imagined. Because tonight, the entire TPUSA world is shaking as multiple men inside the organization are being named, tagged, and dragged into one of the wildest cheating scandals conservative media has ever seen. Sources inside TPUSA, the same ones who've been leaking receipts for months, are now saying that Erika Kirk wasn't just emotionally distant, wasn't just acting strange, wasn't just busy with work. No, they're calling this the biggest betrayal of the decade. And the worst part? Charlie allegedly discovered everything in the most humiliating way imaginable, in front of people who were never supposed to know. And because according to insiders, Erika wasn't sneaking around with one man, or even two, but multiple men inside TPUSA, men Charlie trusted, men who were close to him professionally and socially. And when the first leaked message dropped, nobody expected the avalanche of screenshots, late-night photos, and "you up" texts that followed. This isn't just infidelity. This is a full-blown, career-shattering scandal threatening to destroy reputations, friendships, and the future of TPUSA itself. And the twist? Someone inside the organization is leaking everything, piece by piece, on purpose. Why? Who wants Erika exposed? And why now? Stay right where you are, because what you're about to hear next will make this opening sound soft. From the outside, Erika and Charlie Kirk always crafted the perfect image. The flawless conservative power couple, the polished Christian brand, the smiling duo standing behind podiums as thousands cheered. But behind the scenes, their relationship had cracks so deep, so sharp, and so dangerous that insiders now say this cheating scandal wasn't just predictable, it was inevitable. What looked like unity was actually a battlefield. What looked like loyalty was actually exhaustion. And what looked like love was quietly turning into resentment, jealousy, and silent war. People close to Charlie have whispered for years that Erika never fully embraced the role she was expected to play. She didn't like living in his shadow. I didn't like being known as Charlie's wife, and certainly didn't enjoy being treated like part of the backdrop while Charlie dominated every stage, every headline, every conversation. Erika wanted influence, her own brand, her own spotlight, her own movement. But TPUSA didn't revolve around her. It revolved around him. And that imbalance planted the first seeds of rebellion. You could see it during events. Erika stepping away from groups mid-conversation, scrolling on her phone while Charlie was talking, making faces when she thought no one noticed, walking off stage the moment cameras cut. People thought she was just tired. No. Insiders now confirm she felt trapped, overshadowed, and underestimated. An ego quietly boiling under the surface. And when someone feels trapped long enough, they don't always break down. So sometimes, they break bad. The first whispers inside TPUSA began more than a year ago. Moments so small, so subtle, that no one took them seriously at the time. Erika suddenly started showing up to internal events without Charlie. She lingered longer at after-hours gatherings. She began forming creative partnerships with certain men inside the organization. Men she shouldn't have gotten too close to. Staffers claimed they noticed the shift instantly. The tone of her conversations changed. The laughter was deeper. The eye contact lasted longer than appropriate. The boundaries that once existed began to dissolve, piece by piece. Some staffers even said, If Charlie saw how she was acting, he'd lose it. But nobody said anything, not yet. That's because Erika had a talent for making everyone feel special. A charm that came out when she wanted something, when she needed attention, when she wanted to feel powerful again. And slowly, she built a circle of men inside TPUSA who defended her, protected her, hyped her up, and eventually started behaving like they were competing for her approval. Still, nobody imagined it could go this far. The real breaking point began when Erika's marriage hit the silent stage. The part where neither partner was fighting, but neither was speaking either. Days were quiet. Nights were colder. Charlie was traveling non-stop, and Erika stopped pretending she missed him. She stopped posting about him. She stopped wearing the wife of the movement mask. And insiders say Charlie sensed something was off, but he never expected betrayal. He assumed Erika was stressed, overwhelmed, burnt out. He didn't realize she was drifting somewhere else entirely, and that somewhere else was dangerously close. Rumors swelled when Erika started attending private TPUSA planning sessions she wasn't required for. She stayed late after events she wasn't hosting. She started forming projects with men who had no reason to be around her so frequently. It wasn't just flirtation. It was emotional dependency. Erika was choosing them over Charlie, giving them attention she no longer had for her own husband. And yet, the scandal didn't fully ignite until the night TPUSA staff noticed Erika slipping away from a large event with one specific man. A man whose name would later appear in the leaked messages. They walked out side by side, laughing too close, and stepping into a private hallway that no cameras covered. When someone followed to check, the hallway was empty. No footsteps, no voices, nothing but tension hanging in the air. It was the first time people said, "Okay, this is getting strange." More events followed, each one leaving more questions. Why was Erika always stepping away at the exact same time? Why did the same men always seem to know where she was going? Why did she look happier around them than she ever did on stage with Charlie? But still, people kept quiet, because no one dared question the wife of the TPUSA founder. Until someone finally did. An anonymous staffer allegedly confronted one of the men privately, asking why he was always with Erika. The man panicked. He stuttered. He denied everything, too aggressively. He insisted Erika was like a sister to him, even though insiders say his late-night messages to her were anything but brotherly. That was the moment everything clicked. People weren't imagining things. Something was happening. Something big. Something scandalous. And the men involved were acting like they were protecting a secret. Meanwhile, Charlie was busy. Too busy. He didn't see the warning signs because he trusted Erika too much. He believed she would never humiliate him. But the truth, as always, was hiding where he least expected it. Inside his own organization, among people he thought he could trust. The tension escalated during a major TPUSA summit when Erika behaved so suspiciously that even speakers backstage exchanged looks. She avoided Charlie the entire night. Refused to stand next to him for photos. I sat far away at dinner. She was smiling at her phone constantly. The type of smile you don't give a husband. The type you give someone who shouldn't have access to your heart. And yet, Charlie still tried to hold things together. He tried to smile. He tried to pretend the marriage was fine. But insiders say he looked tired, confused. Like a man trying to hold water in his hands and watching it slip through the cracks. The final straw was a confrontation. One nobody expected. One that staffers still whisper about. Charlie allegedly walked into a restricted back room after an event and froze. Erika was inside. And so were two TPUSA men who had no reason to be there. The silence was instant. No one moved. No one spoke. Erika's face went pale. The men looked guilty. And Charlie just stared. He didn't yell. He didn't explode. He just watched the three of them, realizing in real time that something had been happening right under his nose. But that wasn't the moment the world found out. That came later, from a leak so calculated, so vengeful, and so detailed that it could only have come from someone deep inside the organization. And once the first message leaked, the entire internet caught fire. Screenshots, late-night calls, secret meetups, messages that shouldn't exist. Messages no married woman should ever send. Messages no loyal colleague should ever receive. And the worst part? Every leak pointed to the same conclusion. Erika wasn't cheating with one man. She wasn't cheating with two. She was involved with multiple men inside TPUSA. Her world was about to collapse. Charlie's world was about to collapse. And TPUSA was about to face a scandal bigger than anything they've ever seen. But trust me, this was only the beginning. Everything exploded the night the first leaked screenshot hit the timeline. A single image that cracked the internet open like glass and sent TPUSA staff running into group chats asking, "Who leaked this?" Because the message wasn't subtle. It wasn't harmless. It wasn't something that could be brushed off as a misunderstanding. It was explicit, it was bold, and it was absolutely damning for Erika. The screenshot showed a late-night text thread between Erika and one of the TPUSA men she had been seen with backstage. The timestamp? 2:47 a.m. The tone? Dangerous. The kind of tone that instantly makes your stomach drop. She wrote, "I can't stop thinking about earlier. You made tonight feel worth showing up for." And then the message he sent back, the one that blew everything up, said, "You know I'd leave the event just to see you again. Tell me when Charlie's asleep." The internet stopped breathing. People couldn't believe it was real. Some fans screamed it had to be fake. Others swore the layout, the fonts, the contact icons, everything looked too accurate to deny. It didn't feel like a troll job. It didn't feel like AI. It felt real, painfully real. The kind of real that shatters marriages. But that was only the beginning. Because minutes later, a second screenshot dropped. Then a third. Then a fourth. Each one worse than the last. These weren't random messages. They were a timeline. A full, unfolding narrative of emotional intimacy, secret meetups, and conversations that should never coexist with a wedding ring. The most viral screenshot showed Erika writing, "Charlie thinks I'm doing late-night planning calls. Don't text unless I message you first." The replies from the man were filled with heart emojis, flirtatious jokes, and a voice memo icon that sent fans into meltdown mode. Suddenly, the cheating didn't feel like allegations. It felt like confirmation. TPUSA insiders were losing their minds. Some defended her, some blamed Charlie, some blamed the men involved, but everyone agreed on one thing. Someone inside was leaking this with surgical precision. Someone who knew exactly what to release. Someone who wanted to burn everything down. Then came the video, a 14-second clip recorded at a TPUSA event, allegedly from a staffer's phone. It showed Erika walking down a hallway with a different TPUSA man, not the one from the screenshots. She wasn't acting like a married woman. She wasn't acting like a leader's spouse. She looked comfortable, too comfortable. She playfully shoved his shoulder. He leaned in close. She grabbed his wrist like they shared an inside joke. The clip didn't show anything physical, but it didn't have to. The energy was enough to light a wildfire across social media. People started naming names. Threads started forming. Reddit blew up. Comments flooded TikTok. And the questions got uglier. Why are there multiple men being mentioned? How many people was she involved with? Why hasn't Charlie said anything yet? Is TPUSA covering this up? But what nobody expected, what nobody saw coming, was the leaked audio. A staffer anonymously uploaded a voice recording from a private staff meeting where Erika supposedly argued with Charlie off camera. You could hear Erika's voice, shaky, irritated, defensive, saying, You don't give me the attention I deserve. You haven't for years. And Charlie's voice cracking as he responded, so that's why you've been disappearing? That's why you're always busy? With who, Erika? Then silence. Then Erika whispering, don't make me say it here. That one line broke the internet. Millions heard it. Millions replayed it. It was the kind of line that screams guilt, screams panic, screams a secret ready to burst out like a bomb. And still, Erika didn't deny anything. She didn't post a statement. She didn't claim the audio was fake. She just went silent, which made everything worse. Charlie, on the other hand, looked destroyed. Insiders say he locked himself in his office for hours. Some claim he cried. Some claim he was furious. Some say he demanded phone records, access logs, event rosters, anything that could tell him the truth. But the truth wasn't going to come from data. The truth was coming from inside TPUSA, from someone who had decided this was the moment to expose everything. And just when the cheating scandal seemed like it couldn't possibly get worse, the first twist hit like a meteor. One of the men Erika was allegedly involved with, let's call him Man A, came forward, not publicly, but internally, begging TPUSA leadership for protection. He claimed someone threatened him anonymously, saying, if you don't come clean, your wife will see the rest. Insiders say he broke down in a private meeting. They were admitting he had crossed boundaries with Erika, but insisting it was emotional, not physical. That was lie number one. Because not even 24 hours later, another leak dropped. A blurry but unmistakable photo of Erika and this same man sitting extremely close together at a hotel bar after a TPUSA event. Their knees touching. Her head tilted toward him, his hand on the back of her chair. They weren't smiling like colleagues. They were smiling like people who had been hiding something and enjoying it. But the twist didn't stop there. A second man, Man B, was mentioned next. Screenshots showed Erika complaining about Charlie to him, saying things like, and he doesn't understand me the way you do, and talking to you is the only part of my day that feels real. These were the types of messages that create emotional affairs. And emotional affairs often turn into something deeper. Fans and critics alike were now convinced that Erika wasn't cheating with one man. She had multiple separate connections inside the same organization. And each one came with its own set of leaked messages, awkward videos, and strange behavior patterns. But then the twist got darker. A third leak revealed a secret group chat between a few TPUSA staffers gossiping about Erika months before the scandal broke. They wrote things like, she's too close to him. It's weird. Charlie's gonna find out eventually. Why is she always disappearing with these dudes? Bro, this is gonna explode one day. Meaning this wasn't new behavior. This wasn't a one-night mistake. This had been happening for months, maybe even longer. And everyone around them saw it brewing like a storm waiting to strike. And that's when the biggest twist of this section dropped. The one that made the entire internet freeze, rewind, and watch again. A leaked message not from Erika, but from one of the men. The message said, don't tell anyone about the cabin. If this gets out, we're done. The cabin? What cabin? When did they go? Who else was there? And why would he panic about it leaking? Now fans were convinced there was a secret meetup. Something more intense, more private, more incriminating, something nobody was supposed to know about. Theories exploded. People claimed the cabin was connected to a TPUSA retreat. Others said it was rented under a fake name. Some said Erika used an alias. Suddenly, the cheating scandal felt bigger than DMs and hallway whispers. It felt organized. It felt planned. It felt like a double life. And as if that wasn't enough, someone leaked a partial image. A low-resolution photo of two people standing very close together in what looked like a wooden cabin interior. The faces were blurred, But the body language, the height difference, the hairstyle, the outfit. Fans began matching details instantly. They swore it was Erika. They swore the man matched Man A's frame exactly. The photo wasn't confirmed, but the internet didn't care. The damage was done. And now Erika wasn't just accused of cheating inside TPUSA. She was accused of meeting men off-site, away from cameras, away from staff, away from Charlie. This was no longer a rumor. It was a full-scale implosion. And through all of this chaos, Erika stayed silent. She didn't post. She didn't defend herself. She didn't deny the leaks. She simply disappeared, which made the scandal burn hotter. Silence doesn't calm the fire. Silence feeds it. Meanwhile, TPUSA leadership was scrambling. Should they fire someone? Should they suspend people? Should they release a statement? Should they pretend nothing happened? But before they could even decide, the final twist of this section hit. And this was the twist that changed everything. The anonymous leaker finally posted a message directly. You've only seen the first layer. The real evidence drops tomorrow. She didn't just cheat, she used them, all of them. The internet erupted. What does used mean? For attention, for influence, for leverage inside TPUSA, or something worse? The promise of real evidence sent shockwaves across every platform. Million-view threads formed overnight. Mega channels started live streaming breakdowns. Former staffers reached out to gossip insiders. People were begging for the next leak. Because the scandal wasn't just about betrayal now. It had turned into something strategic, something calculated, something that hinted at manipulation, blackmail, or some deeper motive behind Erika's relationships. The audience didn't know it yet, but the next twist would shake the entire movement. And the leaker wasn't bluffing. The internet barely slept that night. Every major gossip page, every TPUSA commentary account, every political drama YouTube channel, they all camped out, refreshing their feeds every few minutes, waiting for the anonymous leaker to drop the real evidence they promised. And when the clock hit 9:01 a.m., everything changed. The leak wasn't a message or a screenshot or a blurry video. It was a full folder. A folder titled, The Truth About Erika. Inside it were dozens of files, timestamps, voice recordings, and photos. Enough content to blow a hole straight through the carefully crafted Kirk family image. The first file that exploded across social media was an audio recording. Crisp, clear, and undeniably real. It captured a conversation between Erika and one of the TPUSA men, allegedly inside a parked car outside an event. In the clip, Erika's voice was trembling with anger as she whispered, "Charlie will never know. He's too busy playing the hero." And the man responded, "But what if someone saw us last time? That hallway wasn't empty." Erika sighed, frustrated. Let them think whatever they want. They don't know anything. That one sentence, "He's too busy playing the hero," went viral instantly. People took it as a sign of resentment, of jealousy, of Erika admitting she couldn't stand Charlie's fame anymore. And the part about last time made everyone wonder, how many times were there? How many secret meetups had happened? How many hallways? How many private rooms? And then the second leak hit. A video. It wasn't inappropriate, but it was damning. As the clip showed Erika and a different TPUSA man sitting extremely close together at a rooftop dinner during a leadership retreat. Her hand brushed his forearm, his chair angled toward her. Their heads leaned close, too close. It wasn't a friendly conversation. It wasn't professional. It was intimate, the kind of body language that exposes what words try to hide. But the internet didn't explode until the next file dropped, the one labeled cabin. People opened it expecting a blurry image. Instead, they found 4 photos, 4 crystal-clear shots taken inside a secluded wooden cabin, 2 wine glasses on a table. Erika's jacket hanging over a chair, a TPUSA lanyard on the counter, and in the final photo, the most incriminating one, two silhouettes standing in front of a window. Their faces couldn't be seen, but their body shapes, eye height, and posture were enough for the internet to lose its mind. Fans zoomed in, analysts compared shadows, commenters matched clothing patterns to photos from a TPUSA retreat the same weekend. And the comments became brutal. "That's Erika, no doubt. That's not Charlie. No chance. She really had a secret getaway with him? This is wild. No way this was just emotional cheating." The internet was convinced. Erika wasn't sneaking around accidentally. She was orchestrating this. And the timing got worse because someone else entered the chat. A former TPUSA staffer, fired months earlier, suddenly posted a thread claiming, "I warned leadership about her. Nobody listened." He included messages he had sent internally, complaining about Erika's unprofessional closeness with certain men. In one message read, "She's creating divisions. Men are treating her like she's the real boss. This is going to explode." Leadership allegedly ignored him. They thought he was exaggerating. They thought he was bitter. Now, he looked prophetic. The next leak made everyone gasp. An internal TPUSA calendar event titled Content Strategy Session, Private Attendees Only, scheduled during a weekend Charlie was confirmed to be in another state. And the attendee list? Erika and two of the men named in the leaks. No notes taken, no minutes saved, no official record of what happened. Just a blocked-off time window that now looked extremely suspicious. The rumor mill hit maximum speed. So were these strategy sessions actually rendezvous? Why were the same men always attending these? Did anyone else know? Was Erika using TPUSA events to hide her meetups? Then came the most explosive part of the folder. A digital log from a secured TPUSA access system showing Erika had used her ID card to enter a restricted office suite at 12:14 a.m., with one of the men's ID cards scanning in exactly 37 seconds later. People screamed. This wasn't coincidence. This wasn't misunderstanding. This was coordination. But nothing prepared anyone for the messages that dropped next. The messages that pulled the curtain back on Erika's mindset. One leaked text from Erika to Man A said, "Charlie thinks I'm traveling for a women's event again. I can't keep lying like this." The man replied, "We don't have to lie forever." Then Erika sent the message that detonated the entire narrative. "I'm not leaving him yet, not until I get what I need." Screenshots spread like wildfire. People demanded answers. What did she need? Money? Followers? Influence? A platform? Leverage inside TPUSA? Everyone had theories, and none of them were flattering. But the escalation wasn't over. One more message leaked, this time from a second man, where Erika complained about Charlie's status, texting, "He has everyone worshiping him. I want my own spotlight." The man responded with, "You already shine more than he does, trust me." Erika replied with a heart emoji. Fans connected the dots. This wasn't just cheating. It was resentment turned into rebellion. And the next reveal made it even worse. A secret note from Charlie himself, found on his desk by a staffer, allegedly written after he discovered the first leaks. The note said, "I trusted everyone. I trusted her. I don't know who's lying to me anymore." When that note leaked, sympathy shifted. People felt for him. People saw the human behind the headlines. People realized this scandal wasn't just about cheating. It was about betrayal at the deepest possible level. But then, the anonymous leaker returned with one final bomb for the day. A message not about Erika's affairs, but about the men involved. It read, "She didn't love them. She didn't cheat for passion. She cheated for power. The real expose drops tomorrow. You have no idea who helped her." That line turned the whole scandal upside down. If Erika wasn't cheating for emotional reasons, if she wasn't chasing attention or affection, if she was using these men strategically, then this wasn't just a relationship crisis. It was a political scandal inside TPUSA. People began spinning theories instantly. Was she trying to build influence? Was she trying to take Charlie's position? Was she gathering leverage against leadership? Was this a setup from the inside? Every reaction video, every Twitter thread, every TikTok breakdown ended the same way. This story is not what it seemed. There's something way bigger happening. Even former TPUSA speakers started chiming in anonymously, with one saying, "If the public sees what we've seen, Erika's entire brand is over." Another claimed, yes, there were rumors she was building alliances without Charlie knowing. But the biggest shock came from the leaker's final message that night. The message that created chaos across the internet. You think this is about Erika cheating? No. This is about Erika exposed for manipulating multiple men to destroy Charlie's control inside TPUSA. And tomorrow, I'll prove it. The world froze. Everyone waited. Everyone knew tomorrow would change everything. Because now the scandal wasn't just messy. It wasn't just personal. It wasn't just embarrassing. It was strategic. It was weaponized. It was planned. And Erika Kirk was about to face the biggest exposure of her life. The moment the leaks hit maximum velocity, the entire internet split into factions. It wasn't just a scandal anymore. It became a battleground. Comment sections turned into war zones. Live streams hit hundreds of thousands of views. Even people who had never heard of Erika or Charlie before were suddenly hooked, analyzing every screenshot, every audio clip, every blurry cabin photo like detectives piecing together a political crime scene. The hashtag Erika Kirk exposed hit trending within hours. Influencers who normally stayed out of political drama jumped in just for the views. One TikTok creator said, "This is bigger than a cheating scandal. This looks like a whole undercover operation gone wrong." Her video hit 3 million views in 24 hours. Another creator posted a breakdown saying, "If Erika did this for power, that's villain-level behavior," sparking a debate about whether Erika was a mastermind or a manipulator who got caught playing a game she didn't understand. Twitter threads broke the internet. One user posted side-by-side photos comparing silhouettes from the cabin leak with photos of Erika from the retreat. It blew up instantly. Another person leaked supposedly internal TPUSA whispers, claiming leadership had known for months but didn't want to embarrass Charlie. Suddenly, people weren't just blaming Erika. They were accusing TPUSA of trying to bury the scandal. YouTube commentary channels smelled blood. Overnight, thumbnails appeared everywhere. Erika Kirk betrayed Charlie? TPUSA in crisis. Insider reveals the truth about the cabin. Who was she really with? Every creator wanted to be part of the collapse. Every creator wanted the viral moment. But the wildest reactions came from conservatives themselves. Some fans defended Erika obsessively, into posting things like, "She would never do this. This is edited. Y'all need to stop. Until she speaks, I don't believe anything." Others were vicious. "Charlie deserves better. She ruined everything. She's been fake from day one." One viral tweet read, "Imagine cheating on a man who gave you a whole platform," and the replies underneath formed a digital riot. People were posting memes, edits, dramatic recreations, fake movie trailers. The internet was treating Erika like a Netflix villain. But then came the industry reactions, and that's when things got ugly. First, a former TPUSA board member tweeted, "Not surprised. We saw behavioral issues for a long time." That tweet blew up so fast he deleted it within 10 minutes, but screenshots were everywhere. The deletion only made it worse. People interpreted it as confirmation. Then another conservative commentator posted, "If half of what I'm hearing is true, TPUSA is in deep trouble." That post alone sparked a 4-hour live stream where multiple insiders hinted that Erika's influence had been controversial for a long time. One anonymous commentator claimed, Erika was forming alliances with specific male staffers. People noticed. No one questioned it because she was the founder's wife. Another insider said, there were jokes about her having a fan club behind the scenes. Suddenly, all the leaked evidence looked more believable. On Instagram, TPUSA-affiliated influencers posted vague stories like, people will show their true colors eventually. Nothing stays hidden forever. Accountability is coming. Even though no names were mentioned, the timing was obvious. And then a major conservative podcaster, someone who normally stays neutral, dropped a bomb saying live on air, this is bigger than marital drama. People inside are scared. There's panic. Trust me, this story is not done. His clip spread everywhere, with fans quoting him like scripture. But the wildest reaction came from the men allegedly involved. Man A posted a black screen Instagram story with the text, I never meant for anything to go this far. Fans went insane. People flooded his comments. So you admit it? What did you do with her? You ruined Charlie's marriage. Meanwhile, Man B posted the word lies. Nothing else, just lies. That single word racked up 200,000 comments and even more suspicion. Man C, the one rumored to be in the cabin, deleted all his social media entirely. His accounts vanished. His name was wiped. And the internet took that as guilt, not self-protection. One fan commented, if you didn't do anything, why go into hiding? Another said, deleting your account is basically confessing. Even Erika's old friends were posting cryptic reactions. One woman who used to work closely with her commented under a TikTok, none of this surprises me. That comment alone sparked 90,000 likes and 3 major theories about Erika's private behavior. And while social media melted down, TPUSA leadership was reportedly scrambling behind the scenes. Insiders leaked that emergency meetings were happening practically every hour. Some said they were debating how to distance the brand from Erika without humiliating Charlie further. Others claimed there were discussions about firing the men involved, even though nothing had been officially confirmed. A staffer even leaked this message anonymously. Morale is collapsing. Everyone is afraid of being associated with her now. Another said, people are choosing sides. Another whispered, this is the biggest scandal in our organization's history. And the reactions from outside the conservative world were even more brutal. Liberal commentators roasted TPUSA nonstop, posting memes like, family values, huh? This feels like a reality show. Y'all need to get your house in order. Some celebrities chimed in too, not because they cared about the politics, but because the drama was too insane to ignore. A famous comedian tweeted, this TPUSA scandal is better than any TV show out right now. A pop artist joked, someone turn this into a documentary, please. Even a retired NBA player commented under a viral TikTok saying, ain't no way this story real. Everyone wanted a piece of this chaos. But the most shocking reactions came from Charlie's supporters, longtime fans who suddenly turned protective and emotional. They flooded his Instagram with comments like, we stand with you. You didn't deserve this. She embarrassed you. Drop the truth, Charlie. Expose everyone who betrayed you. One woman wrote a viral comment saying, imagine dedicating your whole life to a movement and your own spouse tries to tear it down. That single comment hit 70,000 likes and sparked thousands of replies. But the tipping point, the moment that made the entire scandal feel irreversible, came when a news anchor on a major conservative network mentioned the leaks live on air, saying, there are rumors circulating about marital issues inside TPUSA. We are monitoring the situation. That was the moment it left the internet and entered mainstream coverage. That was the moment Erika went from controversial wife to headline scandal. And still, she stayed silent. Not a post, not a denial, not a statement. Nothing. Her silence became the biggest red flag of all. Even her defenders started slipping away, writing comments like, "If it wasn't true, she'd say something." Others insisted she was planning a strategic response, but most people assumed the worst, that the leaks were real, the rumors were accurate, and the downfall had only just begun. Every reaction, every tweet, every comment, every article fueled the fire even more. And everyone had the same question on their mind. If this is how big the scandal is already, what exactly is the final twist the leaker promised? Because the internet could feel it. Something darker was coming. Something that would flip the entire story upside down. And when that final twist dropped, Erika's reputation wouldn't just be cracked. It would be destroyed. Just when the world thought they had reached the peak, the absolute maximum level of chaos, the anonymous leaker returned. And this time, the message wasn't a folder or a screenshot or a tease. It was a single line posted across every platform simultaneously. It almost like the leaker wanted the world to hold its breath at the exact same moment. "You've all been looking at the wrong men." The internet froze. What did that mean? Who were the wrong men? Was there someone else? Was the scandal even bigger than everyone assumed? Within minutes, speculation exploded. People started dropping theories, names, timelines. Fans went back through every leaked photo, every message, every shadow in the cabin image trying to find clues. Comment sections were overflowing with questions, but the leaker stayed silent. For exactly 30 minutes. And then, the final upload dropped. It wasn't what anyone expected. It wasn't a message thread. It wasn't a video. It wasn't another silhouette or cabin photo. Now, it was a document. A long-form internal memo reportedly written by a senior TPUSA executive months before the scandal broke. The memo's subject line sent shockwaves across the internet. Erika's internal alliances, concerns, and risks. People opened the file, scrolling frantically. And what they found inside turned the entire situation upside down. The memo listed a detailed overview of Erika's private communications, strategic partnerships, and growing influence among male staffers. It accused her of forming an internal power structure, not for romantic reasons, but for political ones. The document claimed Erika had been meeting with multiple men inside TPUSA, but not because she was cheating, because she was allegedly building her own faction inside the organization. The memo suggested she was undermining Charlie behind the scenes, positioning certain staffers for promotions, shifting loyalties, and quietly attempting to redirect influence toward herself. One line from the memo made the internet explode. It appears Erika may be cultivating relationships with selected male personnel to secure influence beyond Charlie's oversight. Another line shook viewers even harder. There is concern she may be leveraging emotional intimacy to create loyalty, control decisions, and manipulate internal outcomes. And then the most explosive sentence. If Charlie discovers the depth of these alliances, TPUSA leadership structure could collapse. Viewers suddenly realized the cheating scandal might not have been the main story at all. Maybe the men weren't the betrayal. Maybe they were the tools. Maybe Erika wasn't sneaking around because of romance, but because of ambition. And this wasn't a love story. This wasn't a messy marriage. This was a power play. But the twist didn't stop there. Halfway through the memo was a list of names. People suspected of being part of Erika's inner circle. And at the bottom of that list was a name nobody saw coming. A name that sent the entire internet spiraling. A top-ranking TPUSA male executive. Someone who had been by Charlie's side for years. Someone who had publicly defended him. Someone who was considered untouchable by everyone inside the organization. The internet exploded. Comment sections turned into riots. There's no way she got to him too. Bro, this just turned into a movie. So she wasn't cheating for love? She was cheating for control? What else did they do behind Charlie's back? This is a full-on coup attempt. And with that revelation, and everything clicked into place. The late-night strategy sessions, the private rooms, the cabin retreat, the deleted social accounts, the defensive Instagram stories, the panic inside TPUSA. It all suddenly made sense in a completely different way. This wasn't about Erika betraying Charlie personally. It was about her allegedly trying to take over his empire. Every leak that seemed like romance now looked like manipulation. Every screenshot that looked like infidelity now looked like influence building. Every whispered rumor now sounded like a step in a much bigger plan. But then the twist got darker. Attached at the end of the memo was a redacted email from Erika herself. The subject line read, "We need to move fast before he realizes." The body of the email was partially blacked out. But 3 sentences were visible. "He's distracted with travel. They trust me more than they trust him. We strike while the timing is perfect." The word strike drove the internet insane. Strike with what? A political move? A leadership takeover? A coordinated rebellion inside TPUSA? People had no idea, but they demanded answers. And just when the world thought the memo was the final twist, the leaker posted one last file. A message so earth-shattering people genuinely thought the internet might break. It was a screenshot of Charlie's private reaction, a note he allegedly wrote recently after seeing the latest leaks. In shaky handwriting, the note read, "I thought she cheated. I didn't know she was trying to destroy everything." Fans lost their minds. People were screaming in all caps. Creators uploaded instant reactions. Commentators went into meltdown mode, analyzing every letter of Charlie's handwriting. Because now the betrayal had evolved again. It wasn't emotional. It wasn't physical. It wasn't even political. It was existential. If this memo was real, if these alliances were real, Erika hadn't just cheated on Charlie. She had allegedly tried to dismantle his entire legacy while pretending to be by his side. She wasn't just unfaithful. She wasn't just reckless. She was strategic, calculated, cold, and working with someone Charlie trusted most. But the leaker wasn't finished. One final message appeared. The cliffhanger that would leave millions of viewers begging for the next update. "You still don't know who exposed her. Look closer. The person who leaked everything is someone Erika trusted the most." The internet erupted into chaos. Was it one of the men? Was it a former friend? Was it the top-ranking TPUSA executive? Was it someone Erika manipulated who finally snapped? Was it someone who wanted revenge? Nobody knew, but everyone was guessing. Everyone was spiraling. Everyone was hooked. And then, silence. No more leaks, no more hints, no more explanations. Just a final chilling line from the anonymous leaker. Part 2 drops soon. And if you've made it this far, you already know this story is nowhere near finished. In fact, everything you just heard, that was only the first layer of a scandal so twisted, so calculated, and so personal that even TPUSA insiders are admitting privately they're terrified of what comes next. Because the real question isn't whether Erika cheated, or how many men were involved, or even why she did it. And the real question, the question that nobody has an answer to yet, is simple. Who betrayed her? Who leaked the screenshots? Who released the cabin photos? Who dropped the memo? Who exposed the alliances she built in secret? Who knew every detail of her plan and waited for the perfect moment to burn her entire world down? Was it one of the men she manipulated? Was it someone Charlie trusted? Was it a jealous rival inside TPUSA? Was it one of her own allies flipping on her? Or, and this is what fans are whispering now, was it someone much closer, someone she never suspected? We have theories, we have hints, we have timelines, and part 2 will reveal everything. So before you click off this video, I need you to do 3 things right now. Not later, not tomorrow, right now. Because your engagement is what forces the algorithm to push this investigation further and bring the truth to light. First, drop a comment telling me who you think leaked the evidence. Don't overthink it. Just type the first name that pops into your head. Was it Man A? Man B? Man C? The top executive? A jealous staffer? Or do you think Erika accidentally created her own enemy without realizing it? Put your theory in the comments. I'm reading every single one. Second, hit the like button so this story pushes into every timeline and forces the truth into the open. The more likes this video gets, the faster part 2 drops. And finally, if you want the next episode, the one where we expose the real mastermind behind the leaks, then subscribe right now and turn on notifications. Because trust me, you don't want to miss what comes next. The betrayal, the fallout, the secret connections. Part 2 is darker, deeper, and far more shocking than anything you heard today. This scandal is not over. This marriage is not over. This war inside TPUSA is not over. And the person who leaked everything, they're about to reveal themselves. Stay tuned. Part 2 is coming.